During our conversation, Harold Levy was imposing, attempting to intimidate me. It's clear the man does not like me, and the feeling is mutual. I'm certain he's up to no good, and I suspect it has something to do with Charlotte May. The chemicals I found appear to match the crime scene, no question there. There are, however, some things that still remain unanswered.
Alright, what do we have?
A threatening note in Harold Levy's flat seemed to provoke his attack on Tony Morgan. Is this related to Charlotte May? The note accused Harold of illegal activities, but what evidence here proves it? Harold said he was listening to Kings of the Nile in his flat at 10:50, whilst Charlotte May was being taken. But can I disprove his alibi?
Okay, so illegal activities proof, and if he was at home listening to. But we've got a list of, yeah. So move that, I guess. What was this? I know what you've been doing. Yeah, move this. Down here. Don't touch the radio, stuck on that channel. Yes. Okay. Maybe that's also important. Well, this I'm not sure. Local crimes. Oh, it's about cars that have been stolen. So maybe that's also kind of like important. Okay, let's transfer that. Oh yeah, let's transfer that and... well... money, cigarettes, lipstick. Well, I'm not sure if that's proves anything, but okay. Okay. I think I transferred all things. I think we need all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, we need all of that. Let's start with this, I guess. Actually, we have 7. Okay, the radio list. If he was doing something illegal. Yeah, sure did. Accusing note, yes. Well, that's gonna be here. Oh, that's gonna be there. Think like this, and maybe like that doesn't belong. Okay. Actually, maybe it's gonna be here. Wait, wasn't there a list? Oh yeah, okay. So that goes here, and that goes there. So 10:30, huh? Or 10:50? From down near Pinwheel, and I have to be there to load it in. Sorry about last night. I know I lost my temper. I'm stuck on Tom Tasher is stuck on that channel.
Harold said he was listening to Kings of the Nile in his flat at 10:50, whilst Charlotte May was being taken. But can I disprove his alibi?
10:50.
There must be a detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
Well, I'm not sure which it's gonna be.
I need to look at every piece of evidence.
What on that channel? I don't understand. Oh.
There must be some small detail here.
Huh, let's use a hint.
I'm sure that some of this evidence is irrelevant. I could remove them. There. Everything left on the board is relevant.
Okay. But we still need 3. Can I maybe pin like 2 things to one? It's stuck on that channel. Okay, I know what you've been doing.
I need to make sure I'm looking at all of the evidence.
June 22nd.
I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence.
Oh, right. FM 96. Oh. FM 96, yeah, okay.
There must be some small detail I'm missing.
Yeah,
on some of the
what?
evidence.
FM 96?
I should read every detail on the evidence.
Stuck on that channel. Will we see?
I need to look at every single detail there. I feel I could group... Okay, I'm sure that everything I've grouped relates to the right question.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can see that. I figured that out. And why this not correct? FM 96, that's what I did. FM 96. Okay, well, I'm gonna come back to that. So yeah. Red, yellow, and green. Blacktop taxi. Brown van, yellow with wood panel. Yeah, that's that. Green motorcycle with sidecar, green motorcycle. Wait, in brown van and yellow van with wood panel. Black top taxi, blue road car, top bit removed. Green motorcycle, green motorcycle. I don't have a green motorcycle. Liar. With sidecar, no sidecar. I also don't see a sidecar. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I'm not really understanding. Liar. Black top taxi, blue road car with top removed. Brown van. Don't get it. Well, we see that. Maybe green motorcycle supposed to be that car, but it's not. And I can pin only one thing from one evidence. Then I really don't understand. Okay, this is also important. Why it was removed hair? So let's look at that. Three-wheel yellow sparrow carnival, tan BV ladybird hatchback with red passenger side door, brown runner van with the eagle bonnet ornament. Yeah.
That's right. I'm onto something. Now to piece together the rest of it.
It's something about the radio. I'm not understanding what exactly. Stuck on that channel? Well, I think that's correct. And then picture of a radio which is stuck. Right? Not sure. Give me a hint.
I think I could ignore there. All that remains is to connect the relevant evidence.
So this is not correct. Oh, right. I have to prove. Okay. Okay. Well, almost correct.
So, Harold lied to me about his alibi. There was no way he could have been listening to Kings of the Nile on his broken radio. The stolen cars are worrying indeed, but don't seem to be related to Charlotte May. The chloroform-like chemical I found is my only real lead. He must have hidden those bottles for a reason. Ultimately, this is all conjecture. I can't prove he's taken Charlotte May.
Why was the bolt on?
Well, what with everything, one can't be too careful.
Fair enough.
What did you want to talk about?
I've just come back from having a very interesting conversation with your landlord.
Harold Levy, really?
What do you suppose he wanted to talk to me about?
Well, actually, Catherine, I I wanted to talk to you about that.
So he was telling the truth. You know, he was so close to pressing charges, and it's not my job to talk him out of it. I could have been arresting you right now, or any one of my colleagues, whom I can assure you would not be as nice as me about it.
Why? He seemed fine after I spoke to him.
You trespassed and damaged his property. And don't try to talk your way out of it.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know, to be honest.
Why do you think he didn't press charges? The reason he didn't want the police searching in the first place was because he was hiding what basically amounts to chloroform. The same thing he used to drug Charlotte May. He had a gallon of the stuff.
I know.
Well, so why don't you arrest him?
It's a completely different brand.
Well, have you checked his orders? He might have switched recently.
I have.
Then why does he have chloroform in the first place?
He uses it to dilute oils. It's a side scam to rip off his customers. You would have known that if you were working on the case, but you're not.
Well, diluting goods is illegal too, surely. Arrest him for that, and you can interrogate him.
And all he'd get is a fine. And that would be the end of it.
I'm sorry, but...
You're not an investigator anymore, Dad. I know you want to help, but trust me, you're not. In fact, you're making my job that much harder.
Catherine, I was merely trying
You made me a promise. From now on, I just want you to honor it.
I can't.
Why not?
I promised Tony Morgan that I would help find Charlotte May.
Of course you did.
Thankfully, Harold Levy didn't press charges against me. He probably didn't want the police searching any more than they had to. It confirms my suspicion that Harold is up to no good, but I can't convince Catherine to investigate further. Am I wasting my time watching my neighbours? Mrs. Doer is old and frail. Is she even capable of such a thing as attacking a man and taking his child? I made Mr. Morgan an impossible promise, but if I stopped now, it was all for nothing. So this is the police's base of operations. By the sounds of it, they've forgotten all about Charlotte May. Her poster is already in the gutter. Am I the only one looking for Charlotte May? Mrs. Doer's home once looked out onto a field of dahlia flowers. Her husband built the manor house with shipping company money. Now it's surrounded by all of this. There's a light on downstairs. Mrs. Doer is still awake. And here I am, spying on an elderly lady. There's that ball again. Now this is interesting. What is she doing under there? It looks like she's hiding something. But what is it? Well, that floorboard is my first port of call. What could she be doing in the basement? And how did she get down there? This is getting stranger by the minute. Why on earth is there a shoe on Harold Levy's roof? Wonders never cease. I wonder if that's anything to do with Charlotte May. Perhaps I should leave it to them. I'd give anything to know what's in that box. Maybe it has something to do with what was hidden under the floorboard. That's my second port of call. Now she seems to be doing something. Dear God, that's not her at all. Mrs. Doer is in danger. Unless they're working together. I need to get a photograph of the intruder. I've got you red-handed. You there! Stop what you're doing at once! I said stop! You won't get away with this. The intruder was doing something in a box upstairs. I didn't see what was in it. It must be something to do with Charlotte May's abduction. Mrs. Doer was hiding something under her floorboard. I wonder if it has anything to do with Charlotte May. Whomever I saw leave Mrs. Doe's home left in a hurry. Let's hope they don't return. Now, to break in without being caught. I hope to God Mrs. Doe has gone to bed. Smashed glass. I'd better be careful. Could be useful. Hello, Mrs. Doe. Do not get caught, Robert. The intruder was doing something in a box upstairs. I didn't see what was in it. It must be something to do with Charlotte May's abduction. It looks too hot to touch. I hope none of my neighbours are watching me right now. What would they say? Old photo frames. Won't budge. Mrs. Doe used something to pry it up. I should have been more prepared. There must be something down here I can use. Makes my small flat look like a prison cell.